So I kind of feel bad because a lot of the footage that you're about to see is from Picard, and I haven't finished that yet, although I've heard great things. And seeing the footage that you're about to see, yeah, I need to get my ass in gear and finish that show. Nonetheless, this is the Enterprise D, and let's roll the intro.
Viewer discretion advised.
Helm, Warp 1, engage!
Welcome to Gotham.
Cenobites.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. You've clicked on Gotham Cenobites. I'm Terry, and yeah, as you saw, I know my Lego is not going to do any justice because that video was awesome. That's like, when I saw it, I guess I don't need to look anymore for any old show footage. This is what I'm using. But it is the Enterprise D, and I don't know, it may surprise a lot of you guys out there that I went out and got this, but I grew up a Trekkie fan. I knew when I was a kid, my parents were, of course, they were big into Kirk, and of course, I mean, Kirk wasn't bad. I never really got into the show, but the movies were good. I still cannot stand the very first movie, the motion picture. But the Wrath of Khan trilogy is probably still some of my favorite Star Trek movies. That is Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, and of course The Voyage Home. And so yeah, I grew up watching those, and then me and my friends, of course, they get me into the Next Generation. And yeah, as soon as I watched it, a few episodes, you're hooked with this one. And I knew I liked Picard and his crew more. And my parents, man, they always refused to watch it. But when Generations came out, I sat my mom down and we watched it together. And I think it's one of the... It's a perfect moment. Because it has Kirk and Picard, and it's a passing of the torch. And the way the ship I don't know, it probably does disconnect at some point in the show. I want to say I remember that. But it's been 20 years, maybe more, since I saw the show, so yeah, I'm going to take it that this is the ship from Generations. So yeah, it's kind of a perfect passing of the torch, and then every movie from there on I was definitely in theaters for. But so yeah, I prefer Star Trek to Star Wars, and if they make more of these things, I tell you, I'll be in big trouble. So getting into this thing, I kind of wanted to talk and kind of rate this a few different ways, and this was an incredibly difficult build. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not really a Lego connoisseur like I used to be as a kid, but this build took me, I didn't really time it. I started, I want to say, about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't finish till after midnight. Now, I did stop and eat lunch and dinner, but I'm a big Seahawk fan, and we were playing the Niners to win the #1 seed, and I was building this thing throughout that whole game, everything. after midnight is when I finished. So that is about 15 hours, and so yeah, I chalk it up as a 14-hour build. It is really difficult, and I don't know if it's just my old eyes, but the book, I found myself, and I know my son was just always kind of, because he was building his own Legos, which I'll show you some of those soon. But I mean, more than 10 times I'm screaming, there's too much shit going on this one step. And my son got quite a bit of Legos for Christmas, and he had me put together a Lego Creeper and then a Lego Enderman statue build for Minecraft, which you see there. Those weren't very easy builds, but they were fun, and directions were good. But yeah, we back in November we got the Kevin house, the McAllister home from Home Alone, and the same thing with that one. And I'm telling you guys, disclaimer, if you see that 18 plus, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, and not just to build, but to read these damn books. So I do advise you go online and get the Lego app, because you can download it and have step-by-step instructions on your phone. I didn't check it out for this, but I did check out the Kevin house after the fact, and it is a little bit more easier to see. But yeah, the books are darker, and again, there's like 8 pieces in one step, and some of these pieces you don't even know. You have to kind of look at the upside down picture on the next page to go, oh shit, that's where it went. So yeah, this was very difficult. So I will say the level of difficulty was 10 out of 10. Like, it is very difficult, and you see in this video, my son got a ton of Lego sets. Minecraft, albeit, but still, 0 stickers. And of course, I watched plenty of reviews for this thing, because I had it for a month. I pre-ordered it. It got sent here in early December, and then my wife wrapped it. So I was doing all kinds of videos, or watching all kinds of videos, and I knew stickers were coming. I will say the stickers weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be with this one. Like, I thought there was going to be a ton of stickers, and there just wasn't. But the fact that you can do all these Minecrafts and they're printed on there, one of the main parts of this ship has it printed. You feel like as much. This thing cost $400. Yeah, just get that out of the way. $400. You guys gotta get what's printed. We shouldn't have to worry about any stickers with these things. And I know, like I just said, it really wasn't as hard. And yes, the main deflector here, that's not a sticker. So there's a plus for that, but still, there's a lot of stickers on this thing that I just did not care for. And I will have to say, it started out fun. I probably would say the first 5 hours was really fun. I did what you would call the engineering section and the engines. That was a breeze. I don't know if it's just my old eyes and the fact that it was a dark book and dark pieces. I struggled with that black stand. Not only did I struggle to finally put it together at the end, but I struggled with the pictures and getting it in the wrong hole. Pause. But yeah, the stand, surprisingly, was the only thing that had me cussing. Once I got the stand built, and of course the engineering and engines propped up, and it does kind of encourage you to put it on the stand. I imagine you probably could not put it on the stand, but it does make it more easier. But that saucer section, man, is insane. I did take pictures throughout this process, and I'll show you those while I'm talking. I just didn't think that was the way it was going to go together. I mean, like, they really had you build like a skeleton and then kind of put it on there piece by piece, and then kind of finish it with the pieces that go around. But so yeah, it's pretty difficult. If you haven't built anything, or you're not a normal Lego builder, I would be prepared. Don't be like me. Don't try to tackle this thing in one day. What I should have done was stop until the next day when I finished the engineering and stand. I should have waited till the next day, but I just wanted to get it done. But so yeah, 10 out of 10 in difficulty. Half the build was fun. Alrighty, so I know we just talked about difficulty, but once you get it finished, it is just crazy to see. While I'm talking now, I'm gonna show you some footage that I would have already filmed or I'm filming afterwards. But yes, this thing, it really puts you back in. I mean, the nostalgia level is through the roof on this thing. So many memories, and the ship, I don't know how LEGO does it, but yeah. I honestly, I mean, the build was difficult, and there was one point where, and I don't know how I did it, but I messed up, and I had messed up so far back in the directions that it was easier for me to just remove a few pieces for something to fit on that saucer section. So mine, it's inside, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect the appearance, but yeah. There was no way I was going to go all the way back to pretty much the first half of the first book to fix that fuck up. So yeah, I just pressed on, but man, where I have it displayed, I really can't appreciate it. I walk by it to get ready for work every day, but yeah, I need to get it up high. That way you can look at the whole thing and not just the freaking saucer and the engines. Actually look at the whole thing. But yeah, it is impressive from afar. You can't really tell it's LEGO. It's very, very, very impressive. And I did go out and buy a light kit for it, but I do have to say, man, after 14 hours, I just did not want anything to do with it anymore. And they did send me a URL or whatever that box thing is called. I don't know what it's called. This thing you take a picture with on your phone and it takes you to a link. So the video to help you set up the lights is almost an hour long. So I saw that, and it really doesn't give you any type of directions to do while you're building it. All the directions are having you take it back apart to add the lighting. So I just didn't want to do it. So I will eventually, but what I plan to do with that shelf, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to have a light kit, because I haven't opened the box, but I imagine you're going to have some sort of power. And so yeah, but I have to, of course the wall is dark, so I probably could run a wire, but anyways, I definitely will at some point do the light kit. That way I can justify the price, which I'll put in the description what brand of light kit I ordered. But you probably should save it for later on that video, where we can actually see it lit up before I can recommend it to you. I don't want to recommend something to you that I haven't put together. So I don't know if I'm going to do a part 2 when I have the light kit on there, or if it's just going to be a short. But regardless, I would look for that information in that video. Okay. So final rating for the Enterprise, I probably would, had me cousin did it all at once, so I mean, it was very, very frustrating and I would say very intimidating. But it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, this thing, yeah, it's my childhood, and I had the toys for the movie Generations. I had this ship, the Enterprise D, and I had the Bird of Prey from Generations. And I think I went out and found those pictures of those toys I had, and I mean, good luck finding them for a reasonable price now. But this thing looks even better than that. And I know you're like, well, it's 30 years later, but it's not just that. I mean, you can't really tell right now that that's a Lego, can you? Not with this lighting. it looks amazing. But 10 out of 10. The shuttlecraft, whenever it arrived, the shuttlecraft was free. I got that and a few things I gave my son for Christmas for free for buying this thing. So the shuttle, it was pretty easy, and I did have to kind of take the character's name and look it up on Google to remember who she was. The other characters I know, and it comes with a ton of minifigures. It comes with Geordi, Worf, Data, Spot, all the characters, Deanna, Doctor, even the Doctor's son, Wesley. But yeah, I can't ever remember. Is it Gaina? I don't remember Whoopi Goldberg's character. And again, I haven't seen it in so long. But yeah, of course, Picard and Riker. Yeah, it's my favorite crew. And I do have to say, I really was a fan of the Chris Pine remakes with Kirk. And I know they made 3 movies. I loved all 3 of them, saw them in theaters. I've heard rumblings that they're going to make another Star Trek movie, and I would have to employ, let's stay in that universe, but let's fast forward and find that universe's Picard and their crew. With the guy who played Chekhov dying, unfortunately, rest in peace, I don't think we need to make another Chris Pine Kirk movie. Let's take that same universe and go get these characters. But whatever. That's my hope for the next Star Trek movie. It's these characters modernized like the Chris Pine movies. But as far as Legos go, this is the first. Again, the Shuttlecraft, 10 out of 10. It's great. It's a great standalone or companion piece. But as far as Legos, I know you guys who like Star Wars, you guys know what they're capable of. Just throw down in the comments what you think that Lego is going to attack next. And seeing all that in that Picard video, knowing Picard's history, I do have to say, I think the Borg is coming next. But it's just, I don't know if it's going to be a full cube like that first Death Star they did, or if it's going to be a slice of the cube, a huge slice of the cube and all this crap in it. But I do think the Borg, whether they're next, I do think they are coming at some point. And I mean, why not? I would have to have my wife talk me out of it. But a Borg cube I probably won't buy. A Borg slice I probably won't buy. And as much as I love this ship, my favorite ship in the Star Trek universe was the one right after this. So if they choose to keep going with Enterprises, I would have a very hard time not buying Kirk's movie Enterprise. I'm not a big fan of the show, and a lot of people are going to hate me for that with the satellite dish and the red engines. I'm not a fan of that one, but his movie Enterprise, the 1701 or later on, after they get back in it at the end of the voyage home, the Enterprise A. I love that Enterprise, but my favorite was the one right after this, the Enterprise E. And it is the ship that's in the Borg movie. So I hope we see an Enterprise E. That's what I hope is next. But yeah, I kind of think that they may do the Enterprise E and something with the Borg. Yeah, I don't think the license is for Picard, so yeah, I definitely think Borg Cube. But please, if you're watching Lego Star Trek, let's keep going with the Enterprises, or give us the Borg Cube. And I would definitely watch all of those videos, because that would be insane. But you guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And you see, I am kind of playing with lighting. I haven't put this on the shelf yet, but more lighting is coming, and then another room tour, so a lot of stuff is planned. So if you want to stick around for that, room tour is coming, a lot of stuff is on the way. But thank you all so much for watching, and whatever it is that comes next, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.